Already we people have seen what are 1D and 2D arrays, and already we have discussed that we have discussed only the numeric arrays. Today we'll start strings. Strings are nothing but character arrays. Okay, so what is the meaning of character arrays? As already I have told you, string is also a derived data type. So then what is a string? String is nothing but it is a character array, that is it is a sequence of character that is treated as a single data item. In the sense, it is treated as a single data item. Okay, then what is the difference between our numeric arrays and character arrays? In numeric arrays, we will be having a homogeneous collection of numerics. We will be having a homogeneous collection of numerics. Here we will be having a set of characters. In the sense, for example, if I take any name, something like a Karnataka. Karnataka is a string. We can consider this as a string. Okay, so the next thing is how it will be considered. So one thing we need to know about the strings, we need to use strings in many situations, and group of characters are defined between double quotation mark is called a string constant. That is nothing but we need to mention a string within a double quotation mark. We know that always we will be mentioning a character within a single quote. If we take a set of characters, that should be taken within a double quote. That is a set of a double quote. For example, Karnataka, India, we need to take like this. Okay, and next to that is why we need strings. See, we need strings for reading n number of characters. For example, if I want to read n number of characters at a time, so we need to have a strings. And for example, if I want to copy one string to another string, okay, in that case also I need to have the string operations. So in detail today we'll see about the different string operations. Before that, how we can declare the strings. Okay, so we'll see how to declare the strings now. See, as like a normal arrays, we need to take a data type followed by the string name with its size. Okay, see, as already in the introduction of array I have told you, always a data type of the strings must be char. We need to go for the string of the data type must be as a char, followed by the string name. For example, I will take a string name as str. You can take your name also, not a problem. str of 10. Okay, then what is the meaning of this? This is nothing but this particular string variable supports us to take 9 characters. Then madam, how about the one more? Obvious question. Always we should know that the particular string, that is nothing but every string will be ended by a null character. For example, if I take anything as char str of 10 is equal to Shilpa. If I take like this, so how it will be get stored in the memory? That is very important to understand. Maximum size I can take 10, but we can take below to that also, not a problem. Okay, so if I take that is S H I L P A, and at the end null character will be get saved. Okay, this is the main thing we should understand in case of strings. I think, I hope all of you people have understood the declaration. For example, madam, I want to take one more string variable, something like a city. For example, if I want to access any of the city name, in the sense I want to make a process with a something variable called a city name. In that case, I can take a char city 20. In the sense, what is the maximum size of the city? I can take the length of the city, that is 19, because we need to have a one character for storing the null character like this in the example. So this is about the declaration. Next we'll see the initialization. We'll see initialization of strings. Okay, so how to initialize the strings? Again, as like in arrays, numeric arrays, will take the initialization of strings with respect to two ways, that is a compile time initialization and a runtime initialization. Okay, that is nothing but runtime initialization is nothing but a execution time initialization, or also called as a terminal initialization. Then what to consider next? So next we'll see how to do the initialization at the compile time. So we'll see compile time initialization. Already we know that compile time initialization meaning is nothing but the initialization we done at the time of declaration. For example, if I declare a particular string called city with a size 9. Okay, so how I can initialize at compile time? I'll take the city name as New York. I'll take the city name as New York. So what is the maximum size it can take? See, 1, 2, 3, 1 space for the whatever the blank space, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the left one is 9. This same can be initialized as char city 9. I can take it as like this also, not a problem. Like this also I can initialize at the runtime. Okay, so sorry, one space we have to leave here, that is y o r k, and at the end null. This is called as a compile time initialization. If you don't want to mention any particular like a size, assume this is another way of initializing. Just I'll take a good. I don't want to mention any size here. I don't want to mention any size here. So in that case, what will be the size of str? Obviously it will be 5. How it is 5? 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 1 for the null character. And the same thing can be initialized as like this. Okay, so that is nothing but char str g o d at the end null. Okay. Sorry, this is about the initialization. One important thing I would like to tell you. For example, just now I have told in the previous example, that is a char name something like a 10 I will take. I'll take it as a good. Your obvious question is, madam, in the memory first G will be taken, O, D, and how about the rest? So how many space it has to leave? 10 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. So whether the compiler treats this as null and rest of the thing will be get neglected, obvious question. See, all rest of the particular places will be taken as a null. In the sense, if you take the size of the string less than the declared size, by default the compiler going to assume the null character for rest of the empty places. Okay, this is about reading a particular string at a compile time. Next to that, reading the string at the runtime. Then how to read the string at the runtime? See, for that we have many options. During the body of the program you can assign, during the particular like a body of in the body of the program you can assign the string name, or during the execution you can take, that is nothing but at the terminal you can read the element like particular characters. There are n number of doing this particular. For example, if I treat the same using scanf, we know that from the beginning the one option for reading the particular input at the terminal is using the input function, that is a scanf. Then how it will be mentioned? See, scanf is used for reading the strings by using, if I use a scanf, I should use %s format specifier. For integers I will be using %d, for characters %c, for float %f, like that. For strings I should use %s. For example, char str15. Okay, so for example, if I want to read a string str, how to take this? That is %s str. Very simple. %s str. So now let me discuss a program on reading a particular string. Okay, so that is, I'll be taking, see, what is the main thing I should have? See, this is a C program to read a string and display using formatted input output functions. So hash include stdio.h, that have you people have to assume. Next to the particular thing is I need to have a string. I'll take a str with any size you can take, and you should ask the user to enter a string. So how we can do that? By using the input function called a scanf. What is the format specifier? You have to use a %s str. This is very important. Please try to understand. I am not using ampersand here. I'm not using ampersand here. By default, once you assign a particular value to the str, that is any string to the string variable str, it will be stored in the location of str where it is stored. That's why there is no need to mention ampersand. For example, madam, I want to display that particular string. Assume that the string I have given is something like India. If I want to display it, what to do for that? Very simple. See, I'll take the entered string is %s, a new line character str. Very simple. Okay, so just all of you observe this particular whole program. It is very simple. How it works, I'll tell you. First, the memory will be get allocated. The size it will be taken is 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It starts from 0, ends at 9. At the end, it will be take by default a null character. See, for example, if I read something like a Shilpa, how it will be taken? SHILPA. Rest of the things it will take it as null. In the sense, it will be achieved by using scanf. By reading the particular, by using scanf, I can read a particular string called a Shilpa, and it will be saved like this. And whenever you put a particular printf statement, the same thing is going to display on the monitor. Then whether, madam, this is the only function I have to read the string? No. To read string, we have some more, that is put and putchar. Put and putchar. I am extremely sorry. Get and getchar. Gets and getchar. So what is about gets and getchar? In detail, today we will discuss what are these gets and getchar. See, these are also input functions, but these are unformatted input functions. These are unformatted input function. So whatever I have written, please don't worry. This put and putchar, these are the output functions. Along with the printf, we have one more, that is put. We have two more, that is put and putchar. Along with the scanf, we have two more in C, the input function, that is these are the input functions, that is get and getChar. So then what is, madam, what is the main use of these? See, I would like to tell you one drawback of scanf. That is, the drawback of scanf is while reading the string, it will not allow user to read string with white spaces. Like, see, your scanf, it will not allow white spaces. It will not allow the user to read string with white spaces. Like, for example, if I want to read like Karnataka, comma, I would like to give a space here, India. It will not allow, your scanf will not allow the user to give any white space like any white space like a space and something like a tab. It will not allow. If you immediately, if you press after Karnataka, if you press a space, immediately it will come out of the reading of a particular string. So then how to overcome? Madam, sometimes I would like to give a space. How to overcome this particular thing? That can be overcome by using these unformatted input functions, that is gets and getChar. See, gets in the sense it reads the particular string till you hit enter. Along it includes a white space, any tabs, till you hit enter, it will go on reading the string. For example, if I want to read something like a computer is an electronic device, okay, space, it helps us to do the processing, space. Once you hit enter, then only the reading of the particular string is going to abort it. Until and unless you hit enter, it is never going to abort the process. That is the use of gets and getChar. So then what is again the difference between gets and getChar? See, gets read the whole string at a time. In the sense, till you hit enter, it's go on reading. getChar, the difference of gets and getChar is getChar read the string character by character. Here it reads the string as a string, the whole complete string itself, but here it read by character by character. Let's see now one by one how the gets and getChar. We'll see a program on function gets. As I have said, gets is an unformatted input function. Let me write a program now to read a string something like hi, hello, how are you? Okay, so I'll write it hash include everything, you just assume it must be there. Okay, so I'll ask the user to enter a string. Printf enter a string. Okay, see, what usually we people write a scanf. I don't want to take a scanf because I want to include some white spaces in my input. That's why as scanf doesn't support, I'll not take it. So instead of that, I'll take a gets. Okay, so what to do? I want to take a string now, str. Okay, whether str is declared now? No. So that's why many times I'll tell you not to declare everything from the beginning. It is something like a markup. Whenever the need rises, then only you take. See, now I want a sum like a string variable, that is a character array. I have declared it. We know the format also. Data type followed by the name of the string with some size. Okay, next, yes, something gets str I have written. So this is the input function which reads a particular string. Later I want to display it, that is printf entered string is. So what is the format specifier I have to use for string? %s. Okay, so str. I think you can observe here I have not used any format specifier because it is an unformatted input function. There is no need to have any format specifier. Actually I can use putchar also. Once the time comes, I'll explain putchar. Putchar is an alternate variation. We can use another output function, that is a putchar. That is also unformatted output function. We'll see it later. So how exactly it works? First it will ask, assume it is a monitor screen. First it will ask a message, enter a string. Assume I'll enter a string KLE CET Chikkodi. KLECET Chikkodi. So see, I have used some white spaces. Later I hit a enter. So what is the output I will be getting? Entered string is KLECET Chikkodi. The process is not aborted here once I give a white space, because I have used a gets here. For example, by mistake, if I write a scanf here, assume that scanf %s str. Assume if I write this instead of gets, if I use a scanf, I will be getting the output as entered string is KLE. Why? Because white space is there after KLE. That's why it will not consider further part. It will not allow you to enter also. Okay. So that is the advantage of gets. Next to that, then madam, how about get char? Get char is also unformatted input function. Then what is the difference between gets and get char? You are telling that both are unformatted input function, madam. Then what is the difference? The difference here is your gets reads the whole string at a time, but your get char read the input character by character. In the sense, at a time it can read only one character. Then madam, how it is good? You are telling that at a time it read only one character. Then how you will be doing so? Simply use any of the loop till the particular, like all the characters will be get read. You can use the particular loop. Yes or no? So, but here is you should ask the user to enter string size also. Yes or no? So let me write a program for that. That is, read a particular string using a get char. Okay, so how to do that? Hash include everything as I told you from the beginning itself. You just assume stdio.h. So I'll be declaring a string called str with some size like a 20. See here, I'm increasing the size. It's not a problem. Okay, and next to that is what I'll be taking a printf. In short, I have written enter the string. And next to that is what? Scanf. I'm extremely sorry. Enter the string size. I'm extremely sorry for this. Enter the string size. So scanf %d %n. See here, I want to have a particular like a variable to have a string size. Obviously, it will be in terms of n. Okay. Next, for I is equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus, str of I. Why str I have taken? Because I have declared it as a str. Str of I is equal to get char function. So you just think how this works. Yes or no? We have to think before that, but let me write a printing message also. Entered string is %s str. This is a complete program. Okay, so then how this particular complete program works? All of you just look at the complete program. See here, I have declared a particular like a string, that is a str with size 20. That is a maximum you can go for 19 characters. Enter the string size first. Scanf %d %n, in the sense what is the length of the string you want to have in every execution. See here, please all of you try to understand this block. I have told you get char reads only one character at a time. I is equal to 0. Assume that I'll take the string as good. Assume I'll read the string as good. Okay, what is the enter the string size, in the sense what is the string size I have to put here now? 5, because every string will be end by a null character. Okay, so n value I would like to enter it as a 5. So what is the value of n? 5. 0 less than 5, true or false? Yes, it is true. Obviously it is true. As it is true, it will come inside, that is str of 0 is equal to getchar. In the sense, whatever the first you enter G will be get entered. Like that, one I value will be get incremented, it will become 1. 1 is less than 5, true or false? Yes, it is true. Next str1 1 will be get stored. Oh, like that, str of 2, str of 3. Okay, so str of 4 by default it will be null. If you don't read also, by default it will be kept as null, because you have declared a str as a string of type string. Later it will display entered string is good. I hope you people have understood the difference between the use of scanf, gets, getchar while reading the string. I'll give the summary now. See the summary, it is very important. Many times it is asked in examination. Scanf can read the input till it encounters any white space. Till it encounters any white space. If any white space is taken, the reading process will be get aborted. Next to that is gets. Okay, see, gets and getchar, these are the unformatted input functions. These are the unformatted input functions. Gets reads the string till you hit enter. In the sense, it supports white spaces, tabs, everything. Till you hit enter, it go on reading the string, something like a hi, hello, how are you, provided you should be very conscious about what is the string size you have declared at the time of declaration. Let me go for the previous example to tell this. See, purposely I took this particular like a declaration here. See, the size of the string I have taken just 10. But I am entering KLE space CET space chickodi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 are needed. But you have taken just 10. So better to take enough space at the time of declaration. Then there is no problem of using the gets till it reaches its length. Okay, so that is the main conscious thing you have to understand here. Getchar, as just now we have seen, it reads character by character. Most obvious question in your Viva in lab and in your campus interviews, the differences between scanf, gets and getchar, and most of the times we will be using gets and getchar while reading the strings, because it is very feasible for us to go for the usage of your gets and getchar. And next thing is, madam, from this till now whatever I have told you, this is just an introduction. So what all the different, whatever the functionalities I can do, what are the different functionalities I can perform using strings? Okay, see, I can perform n number of operations, string operations. Okay, so what are those string operations? That is, just now we people have seen reading and writing strings. Reading and writing strings. And next to that is combining two strings. Combining two strings. That is nothing but also we call it as what? A concatenation. Concatenation of two strings. Next to that, copying one string to another string. Next to that, comparing two strings. Comparing and telling whether they are equal or unequal. Comparing two strings like str1 and s. We'll see all these things. Okay. Next to that, getting a particular part of the string, that is extracting a portion of a string. Okay, next to that, reversing a string. Reversing a string. Next to that, a very nice thing, that is finding length of the string. length of the string. See, one thing I would like to tell you, there is a built-in function for combining the strings, that is strcat. Built-in function is there. Otherwise, without using built-in function also we can build. There is a built-in function for copying one string to another, that is strcpy. There is a built-in function for comparing two strings, that is a strcmp. There is a built-in string for reversing a string, the built-in function for reversing a string, that is strrev. There is a built-in function for finding the length of the string, that is strlen. So these all things we'll see one by one. Let's see scanf in detail, because most of the time the user friendly input function is scanf only. That's why we'll see scanf in detail. See, one thing you should use, as we know that a scanf is a particular formatted input function. The format specifier is a %s. The format specifier is what? A %s. Okay, and as I said you, the problem with the scanf function is that it terminates its input on the first white space it finds. So white space can be in a blank, tab, carriage return, new lines, etc. Anything it can be. Okay, so that's why whenever it finds anything, obviously it will be terminated. For example, if I take a particular string, something like a New York, assume I have given this particular input, but it will consider only new because there is a white space after the new. So let me tell this very in detail. That is very best thing to be considered. That is, for example, if I write a program to read the city name and to display char city, assume I'll take the size as 20. I'll ask the user to enter the city name, enter name of the city, enter name of the city. I'll take scanf %s. What is the string variable I have taken? City. See, please observe, I am not using ampersand here. We should not use ampersand while reading the string. So I'll print the entered city is %s. That is the particular. These all how to write printf, you understood. This is a program. So how the output will be? See, it will ask the user enter a string. Assume I'll take a string as New York. So what is get displayed here? The entered. Just assume what it will get displayed. Entered city is new. Why it will not take a York part? Why it will not take after the W? Because we know that we are using the scanf statement. As there is a white space here, it will not consider the further part. That is, here only one string new will be read into the array address or into the character array address, since the blank space after the word will terminate the reading of the string. Okay, so this is just for reading a single string. Madam, if I want to go for reading more than one string, very simple. Very simple, enter the strings. For example, address 1 and address 2. For example, see, I'll write it here. Void main. See, I want to read two strings in the sense how many strings I have to declare? Obviously 2 strings. Yes or no? That is ADR1 and ADR2. Okay, I'll ask the user to enter. In short, I have written printf. Enter the strings. Enter the strings. I'll take it as scanf %s ADR1 scanf %s ADR2 printf entered string is percentage s ADR1 comma ADR2. See, please all of you try to understand. Actually it is very simple, but purposely have written here. See, I want to read two strings, but using scanf, if I take anything with the inclusion of any white space, it will never consider the further part. That's why I have used to scanf here. See, for example, if I want to read a New York, I can take New York. Here New, here York, it will display as a New York. Solution is there, here also not a problem, but you have to write a more than one scanf statement. Okay, so this is about the program using the scanf. Next obvious question any of the student may ask to me, madam, if I give any white space, what the compiler assumes if I give any white space between the two particular strings? Let me go for the previous example. I have given as a New York. See, it will take the space something like this. See, NEW, and it will take a new line character. Rest of the part will be nothing will be considered. Rest of the part nothing will be considered. And one more thing you should note here, C does not provide operators that work on string directly. For example, it will not provide the particular equal to operator, that is assignment operator. String is equal to AB. Directly it will be not allowed. Otherwise you can write something like the assignment can be allowed with one string to another string. That for example, assume that I have two strings. String 1 is equal to string, or string 1 is equal to string 2. This is allowed, but directly I cannot assign a particular like a value to the string by using the assignment operator. This is all about built-in input functions we can have with strings. Next to that is what are the built-in output functions, that is printf, putchar. Printf is a formatted output function. Put and putchar is a unformatted. Okay, in the sense here your put can take the particular like a output of any output at a stretch. Putchar again it will be displaying character by character. So in detail in further examples we'll see how to use a put and a putchar. Already we people have seen how to use printf. In all examples we people have used. Okay, in further examples we'll see how to use a put and a putchar, and here also you should use a percentages, like it is a common understanding you should use a percentage yes. So